I am going to go over a way to do some de-stressing breathing I'm going to be using 2 Coregeous balls. If you don't have 2 Coregeous balls, or if you just have one, you can roll up a small towel or blanket or use a small pillow to do the same kind of a thing. So for this breathing, I'm going to put one of the balls at my sternum and one at my abdomen. And we're going to use that pressure to help allow us to then expand on the backside of our rib cage. A lot of times we get very stressed and rounded over at our desks, or using the front side of our neck to breathe into the upper part of our lung. So we want to de-stress, get the rib cage expanding in the areas that it doesn't really want to, and that helps get the diaphragm moving, stimulate the vagus nerve, de-stress, but also help with our core strength and our low back pain and our digestion and our lymph movement. Lymph movement is great for anti-inflammatory, especially if you have things like autoimmune diseases, that kind of thing. So it's really good across the board for a variety of things. So I've got the 2 balls, one at my sternum, one at my abdomen. I'm just gonna lie face down with them. Now I have my balls pretty inflated. But you can always, if this is too much pressure in the abdomen, because we were having it right around the belly button, that's where not only your diaphragm is coming in and attaching to the spine, you also got your psoas, your deep hip flexor, attaching there too. It can be a little bit painful, especially if you've been doing a lot of sitting and that area is short and weak. So the other ball is at our sternum. You can play around with the positioning, and then I'm just going to rest my head on the backs of my hands, and I want to try to just sink into the balls. Don't think about the breath too much at first. Just get comfortable there, and then you can decide if you want to take some air out of the balls to make it a little more comfortable. And then we're going to keep the chin tucked down, so we want to keep the neck nice and long. Shoulders relaxed. Try not to let the shoulders come up towards the ears, so you're trying to sneak in those breaths at the top of the lungs. We want the nice long neck, shoulders down, and then we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and try to feel like we're expanding on this back side of the rib cage, really opening that up. And then exhale, hiss the air out like you're hissing air out of a tire. Then inhale through the nose. Long neck, expand the back side of the rib cage, and then hiss the air out. And then I would encourage you to move the ball or the pillow that you're using down a little bit. So maybe a little bit below the belly button. Chin is tucked, neck is long, shoulders relaxed down. Deep breath in. Breathe into the back side of the rib cage and then hiss the air out. Really trying to make that exhale longer than the inhale. Inhale through the nose. And hiss the air out. This is going to feel a little uncomfortable at first because of that pressure in the abdomen, because you have those key points, your diaphragm insertion and your psoas insertion, but they're very important to slowly work into. So if it's way too uncomfortable, deflate your ball a little bit, make your towel a little less thick, or use a smaller pillow, and then slowly work up to more intensity into the abdomen. And give it at least a few minutes of this breathing to acclimate to it. We're not used to having our abdomen touched, especially if you've had any type of abdominal surgery, whether it be any kind of laparoscopic surgery or C-section, tummy tuck, anything like that. This is going to be very good for you to do to work on any type of stagnation you have going on in your abdomen too. Lymph wise, keeping that lymph in there so you're not getting that good filtration of your system. So give that a try with your gorgeous balls or pillows if you need, and let me know if you have any questions.